All right. You know what time it is. That's right. It's time for another of Deb's deck. Well, he's done it again, guys. He's put us out another tribal deck. No metallic mimics this time, even though it's, tribal. We don't have metallic mimic in this one. We do, however, have, you might have guessed it from the thumbnail here, Atlanta War Elves. It's kind of what makes everyone really want to play Elves again, right? We've got Atlanta War back. It's time to, do some 3-drops on turn 2. It's time to have some fun, have an amazing curve, and man, we've got some really cool cards in this deck to do just that with. Everything from Halar to Steel Leaf Champion on 2 sounds great to me. So let's jump into the deck, but first make sure that you give it that thumbs up if you like some elves. Let's show a little hype for some elves, right? I mean, come on, it's one of the favorite tribes ever. At some point in your Magic history, you've probably played either against or with an Elves Tribal deck. And my last one was actually Zendikar. I love me some Zendikar Elves. It was one of my first decks. And man, we're talking about a lot of fun right there. So I hope you guys do enjoy tonight's show. Give it a thumbs up. Subscribe if you're new. If you want to help support the channel, you can do that here with live chats or sponsor directly on YouTube. If you want to pledge, $1 or more a month, you can do that on Patreon.com. Other than that, though, let's take a look at our red-green elves here that Deb has brought for us. I mean, he's a mastermind, right? He's always throwing some great stuff together. I'm pretty excited to see this Deb's deck. And the one thing I'm a little bit wary of, and I know Atlanta War and Servant of the Conduit are supposed to fix this for us, but we are running a pedal. We're running a pedal in a 2-color deck, and you guys know how many times we've gotten stuck with a pedal in hand, and some of those decks we only had like three off-color basics, like the Knights deck, trying to get that card. I know I'm hoping that Atlanta War and Servant of the Conduit can fix this for us, but I don't know. I mean, we've got everything from Atlanta War Servants. We've got some Narnum Renegades for early game, Blossoming Defense to protect our elves, Sheevan Fire. I'm a little bit interested in checking this Sheevan Fire out. In the deck tech, which if you guys click up in the top right-hand corner there's a little eye circle around it. That'll take you over to Dev. He did a great deck tech on this. But Dev said that he's liking Sheevan Fire. That with the elves we can kick it. He wanted to give it a try in this deck. This may or may not be what you would want to leave in here, but it does give you the ability to kick this, and for the price of a Glorybringer, you can kill a Glorybringer. So I mean, I'm kind of happy with that. I mean, I can see that being something. And one of the main reasons he wanted to try the Sheevan Fire is because it works really good with, where's it at? Where's it at? Marwyn. I like Marwyn, right? Like, I'm a big Elder Scrolls fan. Like, come on, I know some of you in chat are big fans of Elder Scrolls. I loved all the series, and I actually got my start on a game called Daggerfall. But that was so old ago, like, we're not even going to talk about Daggerfall. The first real console game where I really got to do some real play was Morrowind. And Morrowind here, the Nurture, and it's spelled completely different, but it does sound a lot the same, and I really like this elf for that reason alone. But whenever another elf enters the battlefield, we're going to get that +1/+1 counter here on Morrowind the Nurture. And if you tap Morrowind, you're going to add a number of green mana to your mana pool equal to its power. So if this gets to stay out on the battlefield, we get to play 2 or 3 elves, all of a sudden she grows up to 4 or 5 power, right? Morrowind's one of your favorite games ever. Wasn't it just like the greatest open world adventure game that we ever got on, like, just Xbox One? Like, I mean, not Xbox One, like the first Xbox, big old black box with we're talking like the first Xbox, not like an Xbox One. But Morrowind was a great game. But anyway, awesome card. I like it. It goes really well with something like Rishkar. Like, I mean, we can have a Morrowind down, we can then play a Rishkar, and Rishkar is going to like buff some other elves. I mean, it looks like there's going to be a lot of fun in the buff department here. And I mean, that goes without saying that we can cast and kick things, right? So we do have this is why the kickers are important, because we have Halar. You get Trample. It's a 3/3 for 3. That's not bad. And, you know, Trample, whenever you cast a spell, if the spell was kicked, put a +1/+1 counter on Halar. Then Halar deals damage to the number equal to the number of counters on it to each opponent. So, you know, kicking a spell, killing a Glorybringer, maybe dealing an extra point of damage to the opponent, and then being able to, you know, live and swing next turn. All of that sounds terrific to me. Plus, being able to just, you know, play Gift of the Wild. I mean, Gift of Growth. This is just a huge card. We can play it on curve for a +2/+2. I mean, that Blossoming Defense is hard to beat as far as 1 mana +2/+2, but we can give it +2/+2, or if we have that additional mana, we can just jump all the way up there, give that kick, +2/+2, plus another +2/+2, so 4+4/+4. Basically, we're getting to copy the spell if we're kicking it, and it doesn't matter about the mana restrictions on the copy side of it. So, depending on how you look at it, I'm just thinking, you know, hey, this has a kicker that for the exact same price as casting it, I get to double the spell. That's pretty good to me. Now, I'm not going to get to untap 2 creatures, but I do get to untap the 1, give it +4/+4 for 4 mana. I kind of like that. I think that could be really good. Now, there's only 1 copy of Fight with Fire here, but it's highly likely that by turn 4 or 5, we actually have enough, you know, elves or, you know, mana ramp or something like that, that we could actually get away with this, especially if by turn 3 we're doing things like casting with a, you know, a Grand Warlord Rada. Man, ain't she cool? Like, Rada's awesome. I almost used this as the picture for the thumbnail, but I've seen so many people like just mad about this piece of art. I was like, nah, I'm gonna be done with it. What's up, Magic people? Well, let me talk about this Still Leaf Champion here and how out of tonight, all the things I want to do is just play this on turn 2. Play it on turn 2, get sideways, let's roll. Like that. That is my goal for tonight. If I can do that, I can walk away from this deck as a happy man. Oh, man. Oh, you want to see green-red ramp burn? I haven't seen a green-red ramp burn since Pyromancer's Goggles was a thing, right? Oh, man, that was a fun deck. I played that in Standard for a while. I love that Pyromancer's Goggles deck. But all right. Still Leaf Champion, just a great card. I call all of these petals, like you guys can come up with your own nickname for them, but they all cost, you know, 3. You know, it's like tapping a Gilded Lotus. You can pay for any of them, right? So I call them petals. But we got a new subscriber there, Mr. Riviera, Rule Riviera. How do you say that? Raw. I'm just gonna go with raw. Probably butchered that, but, you know, hey, thank you for subscribing anyway. First thing we do to subscribers around here is we butcher their names. Hey, my last name's Kilo, and it's spelled extremely funny, so I promise you, I've had a lot. I've been called Kellogg, and I've heard every Graham joke you could ever think of. Anyway, in the sideboard, we've got a couple Chandra's Defeats. We've got 4 copies of Shock, man. He means it. When he needs to start shocking things, taking a little extra damage to the face, he's ready to go for it. And then Naturalize here. Man, I probably should have gotten a better version of Naturalize since we're playing with elves. I'm sure I have a prettier or a more... oh, yeah, it'd help if I would spell it right. I typed in Nature. It's not going to get us there. Let's show these versions separately, and let's see if we can find a. This is actually one of my favorite ones where the sword itself is becoming a tree, and if you think about that backwards, it's kind of like the elves singing a sword into being. But yeah, I like that one. Not real big on the old elf. What is this? Oh, what is that symbol? It would have been the one we were playing in Zendikar, though. It's Worldwake, right? But, yeah, let's, I'm going to go with my favorite one. I mean, we could use this one and see the old dragon's head burn there. But I'm going to go with, I did. I put all of those in the main board, didn't I? What a chump. What a chump. Now, we are using Dominaria lands just because, yeah, Rise Yeah, Rise of Eldrazi. We are using the Dominaria lands, but this is my favorite art. I like this naturalized art. I had to go pick these 4 up just because I wanted that art. I do like the flavor text on this, though. I mean, it's Captain Lannery Storm. Talking about it, you know, it's better to let that sword go than to lose the whole arm. So, another kicker card here in the side, Wild Onslaught. Now, this is an 8 mana kicker. So, I mean, it's going to cost 4 plus 4 more. That's not out of the question, though. But you get to put a +1/+1 counter on each creature you control. If the spell is kicked, put 2 +1/+1 counters on it. No lie, guys, a lot of times we're just going to be using this as, you know, 1 +1/+1 counter. But, honestly, I think that I would just rather run 2 copies of Song of Freyalise here. Yeah, that does give them like the proper time to get set up, but Song of Freyalise helps us get set up too, and I just think that Song would be really good here, and it just really depends on, you know, how often, you know, the Halar thing is relevant. But I would probably run some Song of Freyalise. We do have the rest of the copies of Open Fire here. Open Fire, again, just one of those great cards. It does deal 5 damage as sorcery speed, so you know, we're going to lose to that Glorybringer. We're going to lose something important, but we're going to be able to kill it. You know, being able to deal with problematic creatures and things, that's going to be really, really handy. And if we can happen to kick this thing for the total of 9 mana, then that's a lot of damage, guys. So, yeah, absolutely. If you guys want to play this deck, or you want to play any other deck for that matter, make sure you check the link in the description box below. It's manatraders, they're our sponsor, but it's a rental service. It allows you to play any deck in Magic, period. Altogether, I believe manatraders had this deck. Hold on, I'll pull it up real quick. Manatraders had this deck online somewhere. I know I just saved it. I just saved it. Oh no. Like $59 in paper or something like that. It's like a $60 deck. It's not bad. So the cheapest version of manatraders will let you play this deck and pretty much all of the budget decks that Dev comes out with. The cheapest package of manatraders lets you rent a $100 deck, which is pretty cool. I mean, a $100 deck online, I mean, yeah, some cards are as expensive online as they are offline. So, and manatraders does rent in paper. So check that out. Check out manatraders. If you do decide to sign up, use SideboardMTG 15 as your SideboardMTG 15 as your coupon code. It'll save you 15% on your first 3 months of ManaTrader. That's a pretty good deal. So, Less Magic, thank you for subscribing. How you doing, Less Magic? Welcome, welcome. Let's get some shout-outs, and then let's get into some gameplay, right? We'll do shout-outs, we'll jump into gameplay, we'll go from there. David Ma, Madness for the Horde, Magic Hefe. Madness says he would argue that Plummet or even Pierce the Sky. See, I like Crushing Canopy. If flyers are a big concern, I just really like Crushing Canopy. Like, you can destroy enchantments or flyers, instant speed. Albatross, how you doing? Yes, I actually, that's the deck I'm posting tonight. I was going to post it, but then I didn't have enough time to get the game up. Why am I shouting? Use my inside voice. Oh no, Mama would kill me. Anyway. Less Magic, everybody's giving you some love there. Jeffrey, but yeah, your Squee deck, I was actually just uploading that video before we started, so you should be able to see your video at some point tonight. I know I'm waiting on it to finish processing and everything. Uploading so much harder than just recording and letting it go straight through, so got to give people like Dev and those guys that upload and edit and all that other stuff. Oh man, those guys are they're awesome. They're awesome. Live streaming, however, is its own individual thing. Like, you know, me trying to watch my mouth in front of, you know, 65, 80 people, something like that. But anyway, Justin Clay, Magic Hefe, Albatross, Demonic. Ooh, demonic. I like the spelling of that. You're hungry. Oh, you're ready to eat some stuff with elves here, right? Omnipresent, how you doing? Berserker Bear, what's up, Nerb? Yes, use my inside voice. I know I got For the Horde, Madness, David Ma, Jeffrey and Justin are here. Cushy, how you doing, Cushy? Cushy says, be right back, guys and gals. Maybe he's back, I don't know. Jimmy Bailey, that's a punt like, just playing. I haven't even done anything and I'm already punting, right? Irish, who's Irish? Yeah, I actually am Irish. Well, my family name is Irish. I'm from Mississippi. I'm a redneck. That doesn't equate, right? But as far yeah, the name is Irish. I think it's like Killock is the pronunciation there. When I was in Ireland, people like seen the name on my uniform and stuff, and they were like, yeah, you're Irish. So I got that before. Either way, Sisk, how you doing, Sisk? I know I got Jim Bailey in there, Tanos, Mitch Wells, Ralph Ortiz. How you doing? The Gaming Tiger. What's up, Gaming Tiger? I like that. The Gaming Tiger. And Jared B up here at the top. Man, I know there's a bunch of other people. Robert was in here early. Man, we've got a ton of people here. Austin Way. Hey, here from Tennessee. Awesome. Thunderbird Jack. What's up? All right, guys. If I missed you, Vernon, yeah. Let's actually get into some gameplay, right? Like, well, I've given a ton of shout outs there. Retro MTG, we still got people coming in. Yeah, let's just get into some games. Just go play some games with this Elves deck. I'm excited. I am super excited. Like, I have always liked Elves. I haven't played a single game with this. Irish neck, hey ladies, watch out, right? Yeah, there you go. Yeah, with this accent, we're running them off. Alright, this sounds bad, but I think I can keep this. Yeah, I'm going to keep it. Hey, this is what Elves is supposed to do, right? I mean, it's what Elves is supposed to do. Maybe we'll get lucky, top deck a land. If we don't, we just play Servant of the Conduit. And then he's got to kill 2 Elves. And then if we do top deck a land, at that point, we're turn 3 Grand Warlord anyway. Soulscar Mage. Okay. Land? Land. Not a land. So we'll play Servant of the Conduit and pass. I am extremely worried about that turn 3 Goblin Chain Whirler. That is coming. When you see Soulscar Mage right now, that Chain Whirler is coming. If he has the, and he probably does, he probably is going to be all red. I bet he's not running hardly any planes. Alright, so he's going to kill one. Get in for 2. You hate that Elves are better than Goblins at the moment? I'm not for sure that that's a true statement. The Goblin deck is actually really, really mean. You just don't get to run it as a cheap budget Goblin version. Like, when you actually, put the Goblin deck together, it's quite mean. Well, he definitely knows that he's supposed to be killing my dorks now. I'm stuck on land, and he's 100% needs to be killing my mana dorks. So, yep. This is going to be an issue. That's not horrible. I mean, we may still just be able to get down a Still Leaf Champion here. I mean, he's not swinging. And Still Leaf will block most things. I mean, I could Sheevan Fire or something here. I think we just Still Leaf Champion, right? And then, I mean, if he's got a Lightning Strike or something, at this point, like something like a Still Leaf Champion is like the best piece of protection for something like a Land of War Elves. At that point, like, things have to be directed towards the champion. Like, he has to be, you know, stopped. No, we're not running Galta. That would be interesting, right? Elves and like Galta. I did keep a one lander here though because like I wanted to fill it. I wanted to know where we stand going from this point forward. Like, is it possible? And honestly, if we would have top decked even a single land, yeah, it would have been extremely possible. Oh no! Oh no! That is horrible! Wow! Kari Zev's expertise in the main board just going to take our Steel Leaf champion and get in for $1 million here. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Swinging for 12 damage. Plus, if he's got a burn spell, he can just throw that to our face. As long as there are 2 more instant or sorceries, he gets haste. Wow, and there just happens to be 2 instants and sorceries. So that's wow, 13, 14 damage. Are we going to be at 4 here? Wow. What a turn. Right? Kari Zev's expertise main board. This is crazy. Oh, is this Professor's Wizard's Prowess build? I actually thought about playing that deck. Like, I played Professor's Merfolk. The Professor puts out so few decks, and like, I feel that the Professor's like the part of the YouTube guys that I watch that I like. Man, we're just so dead, right? Put out this. Well, I mean, we can try here, right? Like the Professor's just part of the same community now. I think he's like one of the best pieces of comedy in Magic. Like, he puts out the comical skits and things like that, and I think the Professor's just awesome. Okay, well, sadly, guys, I actually have to cast this on the Prowess guy, just because well, this particular Prowess, the one with Afflict, because I have to be able to stop that. So he's opting. But yeah, like, I like to watch Wedge and, you know, Dev, the Professor. I don't know if, like, you could call Rudy in part of those, but, you know, I like those guys. Like, I just think they're all great Magic content providers. So, Retro MTG. Man, you're just now subscribing? Well, welcome to the community, man. You're always here. I can't believe you're just now subscribing to the channel. Turtle in Time music? Maybe. Is that where this is from? I don't know. Wow, he's got a Wizard's Lightning. I'm going to concede. You know what? Actually, no, I'm not. This doesn't kill me. Bring it on. We'll see if he can kill the Steel Leaf champion. Alright, so we're going to go block here, one of the big guys, block here, and block here. Victor Von Reaper? Nice, Victor Von. I like that. I like that. Salvete, how you doing, bud? Welcome. Hey, we're at 1. All right, we're just dodging like Wizard's fire at this point. Oh snap! What can we do with that? Like, does that mean anything for us? All right, this is the last time Servant of the Conduit's going to make any mana for us. Sal Dorito, how you doing, bud? Yo, bucko. Also signed up to manatraders using the code. Hey, Zelfie, thank you, man. I appreciate it. Yeah, I mean, ever since they've been a sponsor, you know, we get a little bit of kickback every time. And I don't think I'm free to swing here. I don't want to give this up. So yeah, we're gonna pray he doesn't have like a Wizard's Fire or something like that. So we'll find out. He's got a Kari Zev's expertise. All right. That card is a very, very good against us, taking our Still Leaf champion, but yeah. Ah, yeah. Well, we knew we weren't we knew it was going to be close. I think this shock is going to be awesome. I'm going to use it over Shivan Fire. Chandra's Defeat's probably going to be just as good. Fight Fire with Fire. I'll just cut that. And then I'm just going to back off on maybe a Growth. And other than that, I think we just want to like fight him, burn him. He's only got so many wizards. Jaya's Immolation would be pretty good here, right? I mean, maybe I could cut like Halar or cut the rest of the giant growths just for more burn. But honestly, guys, I think Dev's deck's better than the Professor's here. Like, we kept a one-land hand. I mean, or I kept a one-land hand. I can't blame that on you guys. You guys were probably like, no, don't do that, don't do that. But I think some of you were with me. Like, this is Elves, let's try it. We got a land of war and a forest, let's do this. We can't do it this time. We can't keep a 0-land hand. Okay. We don't have the land of war. We don't have like some magnificent start, but we got a little bit of protection, and we can get down to a servant. Of course, the servant's probably going to die, but sure. Dev makes decks for a living. You are right. Like, he does, and I'll say this about YouTube. If someone is just a complete moron, you guys know it. You guys let them have it. Like, there's been times where I've just goofed up hardcore, and you guys just... You're relentless. You're relentless. This is Jim Davis's version? Okay. Well... hard to compare Dev versus Jim Davis. When I think of Dev, I think of you know, someone like myself who is, you know, not necessarily a professional, but then I go back to like second grade history class when they were like, what does it mean to be a professional at something? One who gets paid. So therefore Dev is a professional. So, but when we think of pros like Jim Davis, man, like those guys got a lot of skill. They've got a lot of tried and true effort. And a lot of testing, and they got the right people around them to help them test decks. So, yeah, hard to compare Dev versus someone like Jim Davis. It's easier to compare Dev to myself or to Wedge or, you know, to the Professor. And no, I'm not trying to put myself in that community as far as their YouTube pages, but I am trying to say, you know, we're all just regular people. None of us have ever like just destroyed the Pro Tour or anything like that. So. You got another burn. You're gonna opt. Give that thing haste. No? Alright. Well, which one do I kill? I think I kill this afflict creature here. Or not. So we know he's holding off like for like Karizev's expertise, right? So let's just throw down Marwyn. And we'll take our beats here. I mean, when this is tapped, he's not going to be as, you know, hey, I'm going to kill that. Marwyn might get killed. Wizards, the Naga Wizard. You will be soon? You're streaming now, Cushy. Am I not a Magic YouTuber? I guess I am. I guess I am. Are you going to start streaming, Cushy? Really? I'm always excited to see new people stream. I get asked the question all the time, like, you know, what does it take to stream? What does it take to start streaming? And I get a bunch of those questions, and honestly my answer is always just start streaming. Oh, well, let's get rid of white chat. I'm sure you guys said something about it. Man, this dude's just got so many creatures. I want to throw down a Still Leaf champion, but I'm pretty sure that as soon as I do, We'll throw down a 3/3. He'll probably try to get away with that card. He has expertise here. If he doesn't, though, we have a creature. And I'm actually just gonna pass here, like, because now I can tap her and have the mana for Blossoming Defense. So we can go that route. I mean, if he does try to Kari Zev's expertise, at least I can Blossoming Defense and save it. So that is the plan there. The other option was to use her for the mana to play. Well, I couldn't. It doesn't create red, so yeah. Well, definitely, you know, like the biggest thing is just get a computer and start streaming. Can he not swing? He cannot swing. Oh, red-green land off the top would be great. Come on, split land. It's not horrible. I think we just hold here and try to go wide or kill his dudes at end of turn. Or at least kill one. I mean, I can only kill one here. This Prowess trigger is going to be enormous. Insult! Damage can't be prevented this turn. If a source would deal damage, wow, to deal double that damage instead. Wow. Alright. If a source would deal damage this turn. If a source you control would deal damage this turn, it deals double that damage instead. Wow, so he's just going to kill everything. Alright, well, we have to do some trades here. And what trades do we want to make? I mean, we get to be really picky. So as long as we put this in front of something that's 2 power, we can buff it and save it. However, yeah, I think I want to buff and save Morrowind. So we're gonna move to blocks. And we'll kill that. We'll place that there, and then we need to just kill all the other things if possible. So kill that and kill that. It does trade. Like, the trades are horrible here. So we'll go ahead. Now we're going to get some inflict triggers. I'm going to go ahead and create a red source, and we're going to go kill this. And then I'm going to tap her for 3 green. And I'm just going to buff her. Now, I could have buffed the Still Leaf Champion. Like, I could have picked any of these creatures to save, but I don't know why, but something just says save this mana dork. It's going to grow big enough to save you this game. So that is the plan. We are going to take that 4 points of damage that we couldn't stop. But other than that, I mean, the flick damage is happening, but we do get to clean the board up a little bit here. Okay, so oh, wow. Wow. Alright. Perfect card to play. We're going to have a 5/5 Morrowind here. So we'll put Morrowind's trigger on the stack. We'll select both of them for Rishkar's trigger. And, bam. Alright. Rishkar should be able to survive against this thing. So let's go Morrowind. It's a big elf. That is a big elf. Elves, what? Where are we, guys? You're late. This is match 1, game 2. We got destroyed in game 1. Yeah, I kept a 1-land hand because it was elves, and I wanted to see what happens with a land of war elf. So, match 1, game 2. Yeah, and we lost the first one. For the Horde has you. He's got you covered, man. Oh no, Elise. Well, we need a red source. Flying haste, man, that's gonna be a pain. Ah, Adelise. I mean, he might have land shock that he can play after the fact. But I don't think he's been, like, sandbagging a land. Alright, guys. Like, we're going to try to close this out. So, we have lethal next turn, right here. So, he has to be able to kill us with his Adelise. I mean, if he's holding, like, Wizard's Fire, though, we're just dead. 1 Wizard's Fire. 1 any spell, and it's over. Any spell. There's our Wizard's Lightning. I'm sorry. Wizard's Lightning. But we did have lethal on the crack back there, so yeah, that was pretty good. This match just really goes to show how powerful Wizard's Tribal is. Don't let Rush hear that. Jeez, he does not believe that but they're that powerful. But you're loving Elves versus Wizards. You ironically just made an Elf Wizard for a friend's D&D game. Nice. All right. All right. Elf Wizards is like an elf that's a wizard. I mean, like high elves are wizards and things like that. When it comes to, it's natural for elves to cast magic. Either way, man, that was horrible. Oh man, the number of creatures that wizard's deck has just baffles me. Like it's not like the vampires deck where you only have a few creatures and a bunch of things that makes creature tokens and stuff like that. Is there what is it? Naemea, whatever. Naemea. Is there one of those in that deck? I've got to check it out. I really do. Okay, we're on the play, and that's where we want to be. Good luck. Have fun, opponent. Good luck and have fun. Alright. This is it, guys. This could be it. This could be it. Oh my goodness. Like, this could be the hand where we unlock the achievement. If I don't mess it up. Like, watch me accidentally click through like my next turn or something and don't get my turn 2 Still Leaf Champion. Don't go swamp or mountain. No swamp, no mountain. We're good. Alright, cool. Let's do this. Game time. This is the reason we do this, ladies and gentlemen. This is the reason. Right here. Still Leaf Champion. On 3. Alright. Gotta answer it. But now Scylla weighs a thing, so. This is the dream. Here we go. Give him mail. You're right. Oh, no, that's a Heart of Quran. Heart of Kirin. Here we go. Alright, so. Ooh. If he's a Heart of Kirin deck, then we can probably get this Marwyn down. And I really want to get the Marwyn down before the Rishkar. And if we'd have top decked the land there, I probably would have just swung with the Land of War Elf. But he's on a 4-turn clock. He's got 3 turns left to answer at least this Still Leaf Champion. But I don't think that's going to be a major problem. Is this Bant? Bant? Oh no. Well. Alright, well we'll kill Gideon here. We'll just swing with Marwyn. Oh wow, okay. We don't even get to do that because I don't know, will Marwyn be big enough? Yeah, Marwyn will be fine. So we go green, green, green. We go Rishkar. We're going to select Marwyn and Stillleaf Champion. And we'll just try to kill the Heart of Khorne here. Pay it. Pay it. Oh yeah, baby. Go ahead, get in front. Get in front of that. Get you some. You know you want it. Okay. Well, that's exactly what we wanted to see. And then we still need a source that can create red before we can get down this Halar. But as soon as we get down Halar, we should be able to have some fun with our like Gift of the Wild and stuff like that. So, search for Azcanta. Okay, so is he holding up Seal Away? So which one's he gonna seal away? Another Heart of Khorne. Wow. All right. There we go. Let's just play it outright. And swing anyway. Now, the only reason I'm not going to swing with Land of War Elves here is so I can gift and kill the Gideon. So he's going to remove a loyalty counter. He wants to trade. Gideon and these Heart of Khornes have created such a pain. Oh my goodness, what a pain. What a pain. All right. Well, I mean, it's not horrible. Probably should have swung with the Rishkar as well, considering I could have traded the Rishkar. But if I would have swung with that, then he might not have blocked. He might have gone, okay, I can't stop Gideon from dying here. But he might have also just tried to eat a creature here. I don't see how Khorne survives this, but he might. Alright, so he's going to stop the Stillleaf Champion. We can put 3 at Gideon and enough at Khorne to kill Khorne. Like, if he negs Khorne... Yeah, I didn't think he would. Hey, dude, you can have that search for Azcanta. You already got one right here. How's this deck working so far, Aiden? Pretty good. Like, we had a really good match against the Wizards. The Wizards deck, like, we had some decent, you know, attacks and things like that. Oh, I'm putting this Grand Warlord Rada in right now. Just get in there, girl. You just go get you some. Okay, so let's get into combat. Now, this can't do damage, so there's no point. So we're going to go... No, wait a minute. So this is 5. That could kill Gideon by itself. We need to go this to kill Gideon. So we kill Gideon here. No, wait a minute. If we can go Khorne. We can go Khorne. No. We got to go Gideon. Gideon, the dude, Khorne. Alright, so Gideon, him, Khorne, and Khorne. Yeah, we do create 4 mana here, which is cool. I could have actually swung with this to create yet another mana. We're just going to make all red. Doesn't empty this turn. Isn't that cool? Yeah, empties as soon as you pass turn, but it doesn't empty through phases, so. I had lethal. Oh, could I have just swung for lethal? My bad. How much was that? 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Oh, wow, I did have lethal. So focused on trying to remove the planeswalkers. Yeah. We won anyway. Right, yeah, I should have just went lethal to the face. I didn't even think about it. I was so in focus on, like, just killing the planeswalkers, so. I kind of like the way that ran. I mean, if he's got planeswalkers, shock is going to be pretty decent. Might be better than Shivan Fire. So let's try shock over Shivan Fire because it's a planeswalker deck, and then maybe naturalize. Gabriel Santiago, thank you for subscribing. Naturalize might be a good way to answer. But I think Naturalize is going to be our Game 3 tech. If we do see, you know, like enchantment style hate and stuff, we can still deal with everything. Yeah, I should have just killed him to the face. I should have just took it to the face. I didn't even think about adding it up. I was always focused on kill those planeswalkers, you know. So yeah, I should have went to the face there. Of course, I guess that's why he played the planeswalkers. To hope that, you know, I killed there. But not much red in this deck. There isn't. There is not a lot of red. And, like, where are the other red lands? Like, isn't there some... Don't we have, like, a different land? Oh, that'd be a buddy land, right? Oh, Sheltering Thicket. That's what the other land is. The Fallen One, thank you for subscribing. Thank you. You guys are working on Barry Drake down there, taking 100 points for every subscriber. The stream boss he's going down. Going down. You can also become stream boss by sponsoring the stream here on YouTube Gaming, or yeah, or any donate. $1 equals 100 points, so, or 1,000 points. So if you guys want to play with that, you can. I do reap the benefits from it, so. I'm never mad when you guys fight over the stream boss. I cheer you guys on, like, right? Naturalize over gift because it kills Heart of Kieran. You're right. That's actually a really good play. I'll take that. I mean, if he has a Heart of Kieran deck, then I'll take that. How many wins so far? We lost against Wizards, and now we're playing against Blue-White Historic or Planeswalkers, or Bant Planeswalkers, Bant Historic. So we just won game 1 against the Historic deck. I'm expecting him to bring in, you know, some Fumigates and more Settle the Wreckage and things like that. So, but you're right, Naturalize also will kill the Gear Hulk and things like that. So yeah, I'm game for Naturalize, especially on the draw. So. We have red mana. We've got all the mana, guys. Oh goodness. Kind of want to keep this. We can turn 1 Land of War here with this Forest, and then turn 2 Morrowind, turn 3 Grand Warlord. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. With Vizier of the Menage. Oh wow, I never thought about that. Is that an elf? Is the Vizier of the Menagerie an elf? I'm going to keep this hand, guys. We'll see what Bronimus does. Alright, so we're just going to go Lano. And see if Lano survives here. Should survive. I mean, I don't think there's a Bant card that can destroy a turn 1 Lano War Elf on turn 2 until after I tap it for mana, which will mean I get the Morrowind of Nature down. Nurturer, Morrowind the Nurturer. So we'll go Rootbound Crag here, Llanowar, Morrowind the Nurturer. Play that card. There we go. And then next turn, Land of War, Grand Warlord Rada. And then swing with Morrowind and Grand Warlord Rada. I mean, this is not a bad turn too, guys. Like, Morrowind's awesome. I like this elf. Why is Crag always root bound? why is the Crag just always bound in these roots? Some serious ramp. That's what elves are supposed to do. Oh, wow. Unfortunately, he counters this, but hey, we got a backup copy. All right, so counter away, buddy. Oh no, counter. Wow. All right, let's get into combat then. We get 2 mana. What do we want? I'll just click a red and a green. There's that seal away. Tell me you got to get Rada. Tell me you got to get Rada. He did get Rada. We get to keep our Morrowind, yeah? Oh, isn't that sweet? That's so sweet. I'm going to shock him. I know I saved the shocks for, like, you know, keeping planeswalkers off of ultimate and things like that, but I'm also trying to push him here. Don't go land pass. Don't do that. Don't do it. It's too scary. Grand Warlord Rada is back. Is she? Is she back? Does she make it to the battlefield? Made it. We're getting there. We are getting there. Yeah, he did. He missed that land drop. Cast out. He's cycling it. He's still got mana open, though. Like, we might see another Silhouette here. Now we got 3 mana for the rest of the turn. Like, yeah. Yeah, I'm expecting the other Silhouette. There it be. We did bring in the Naturalize. Oh, he's like, you can have that Rada. I've got to get rid of this thing that is growing. Rada ain't going to keep growing. Like, Rada's just 3, and if we can cast anything and everything anyway, yes. Smash face before Settle is online. That's the plan, and he is digging. Like, he dug last turn by cycling a cast out, which is awesome. He found his land. It's tapped. I'm going to just sacrifice the desert and make Land of War Elves a big boy. Now, the reason I chose Land of War Elves over Rada is because either way we're going to be sending the extra 3 mana downrange. But if he does have another spell to answer something, I'd rather him actually answer the Land of War Elves at this point. Haze of Pollen. Wow. Oh, the flood is coming. So talkative tonight. Am I? Am I talkative, or is it just chat? Everyone's talking. Like, I don't know. I like some elves, guys. I had a good fun. I had a fun day though. We went out and we played some disc golf after. Oh man, there goes Rada. Yep. Yep. Come on, something decent. That ain't horrible. So I'm actually just going to put it on the Rada anyway because it's an extra point I can send downrange this turn. So we're going to do it. So now if he upticks anywhere, we can still send something his way. I'm waiting on Fumigate. I'm waiting on, you know, Settle the Wreckage, things like that. We're gonna find out. Let's see what he does here. He's tapping down again. Is this Teferi? We're about to see the Teferi, or does he have the Fumigate? Oof. Oh no. Alright. Alright. So he ticks down on 2 now. What are you resetting? Oh wow, that would be so mean of him. Be like, I'm going to bounce. He did it wrong. Okay, so if he had bounced Seal Away, I would have got a Rada back. Then I would have had to sacrifice that Rada. Then Seal Away would have entered the battlefield again. And when it entered the battlefield again, it would have killed the new Rada. And, like, he would have basically killed Rada. So, ooh, alright. I think the Rishkar move was proper. He might have a Haze of Pollen here. So we're going to go at Dovinbon and at Dovinbon. Naturalize might be a great card for us. I mean, we have some things that we can do. If he goes to play something like a Karn, we can just pop the Oath of Teferi. There's a bunch of things we can do. Like, I think that he should have bounced the Seal Away that had the Rada under it, and I think he would have had a much better play. So, you just saw a Bant approach with 4 mainboard authority for Seal Away. Seems good. That does seem pretty good. While leaving up that settle mana, he's finally ready to start settling. Scry 2. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Scry 2 again. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This may be wrong to try to get back Marwyn here while another Grand Warlord Rada. Alright, well, I guess we can just go for the deck thinning. So let's go at him. Let's go at Nissa. We go at Nissa. We go at Nissa. And we see what happens. I mean, if he has to settle the wreckage, he has done a superb job at holding off. Good job, fella. And we've got 1,000,000 mana. Oh, we need that fire spell. I could have held off on her, as she does have haste. I actually could have cast her without tapping the mana too, because we had the mana floating. Like, she had enough mana floating to cast herself, but doing a new black aggro list for Dominaria soon. Actually, mono black is a deck that I want to update. We got a couple new cards, like the Shade is just terrific, and putting that in mono black aggro, as aggressive as that deck already was, and it didn't lose anything. So, yeah, Right, we did get him down to no cards in hand. I mean, he can do some scrying, which means he can now ultimate Nissa and, like, come a swinging. So, yeah, I mean, if he ultimates Nissa, though, Nissa's dead on the next turn. Yeah, the Shade with the Cabals, yeah, see, that seems good. See, that seems really good. You made a black-red discard deck with Tezzeret and Angrath. Wow. What's up, Ryan? I just noticed you slipped in here. Rat Colony. A lot of people have mentioned Rat Colony to me. Okay. I mean, instead of trying to keep Nissa down, maybe I should be just trying to finish him. My wife built a blue-black discard deck on MTG Arena, and she's doing fairly well with it. I mean, it's blue-black. We got, like, the Scarab God and stuff like that in there. So, you know, it's kind of hard to say it's just a discard deck, but one of her favorite discard spells right now is Consign to Oblivion. Oh, Gideon's gonna get us. Oh, yeah. We're dead. It's over. It's over. Maybe not. Did I take the fire spell out? Fight fire? Yeah, I did. I took the fight fire out. Oh, no. I should have gotten rid of the oath. I'm not going to continue to fight. My will is broken. My will is broken. Alright, we're going into game 3. No, you're not too late. We're just in match 2. We're going into game 3 of match 2. And, I think I do want the fight with fires. I think that's a legit win con here. Blossoming Defense is going to be great. Rishkar is going to be good, but I think they're good cards to cut. Narnum Renegade's not going to be that essential. Maybe actually cut the other Narnum Renegade for the other Rishkar. And we'll go this route with it. I mean, we're on the play, so... Never give up, never surrender. When he's casting, really, it's not horrible though. He's got to answer it 3 times. It's a good card for him to have to answer. Like, I know she's legendary, but and then we get any 3 drop off the top and play that. You have a Jeskai Historic deck. You will post it on Reddit in a minute. Okay, so that's actually what I've been brewing with is Jeskai Planeswalkers. Some about it just feels good. Like I don't know. I've gotta check this Jeskai Planeswalker deck thing. Wow, really. Maybe that's my fault for keeping a 4 Grand Warlord Rada or a 3 Grand Warlord Rada deck or hand. Oh man. Bright side, you won't have to worry about drawing her anymore, right? Yeah, you are. No, it's not. Oh, alright. Missing land drops. All we needed was 3 land. Right? Like, is Rat Colony even possible? Too soon, Madness. Too soon. start if it lands. He has to know we just top decked that. Now, we do have a really janky play if he like decides to seal away the Llanowar Elf, which is what I think he's waiting on. We could actually next turn use the 1 green source to play Blossoming Defense on Marwyn. Then Marwyn would tap for 3 mana, and then we could play Grand Warlord Rada off of that. I think I just start slamming Radas here. So now I assume he's like, oh, is he just going to seal away the Marwyn? What are we doing here? What are you doing, opponent? What would he cast for 3 mana? Blink of an eye. Okay. That bought him an entire turn. Blue using Tetsu and counter spells. Ooh. Yumagawa. Tetsu. He can't seal away Marwyn unless it's attacking. No, it's just required to be tapped, not attacking. Just as long as it's tapped. Fight with fire. Alright, well. We're being huge here. Oh wow, okay, I did not have to tap the I forgot she had already gotten her counter on her. Are we just bouncing it again? Do you have all the blinks? Cast out. What is he casting out? Oh, use that extra mana. Sweet. I mean, I guess. We might have like a ton of mana coming up. One of the things I like about Gift of Growth in this deck, now I know we took it out in this particular matchup, but Gift of Growth seems like it would work really, really well because you could declare attack, then you could cast Gift of Growth on Marwyn and then untap Marwyn and then use Marwyn for... Aww. Opponent. It wasn't very nice. Now we need to top deck lands. Not very nice, opponent. Yeah, he doesn't have a seal away here for me to read, but 2 lands. This is why you don't play 22 lands, guys. Like, you better be a deck that can really survive off of 1 or 2 if you're not playing 24 lands. Like, don't play 22 lands, guys. Just do some damage to it. I do like that you target the Planeswalker directly. You just sent a copy of it through Patreon. You did update it. Awesome, awesome. I'll check that out. I will check that out, good sir. It was brutal. Brutal. I mean, no, you don't want to be top decking lands later in the game, but this is just, I don't even want to play anymore. I would rather get flooded and have no cards in my hand and be sitting there staring at 2 lands. Right, and now I'm going to finally start gaining lands, but he's got such an advantage and he's gotten so much farther ahead of me that even if I start gaining lands now, it's just going to be too late. We top deck any land, we can play Rishkar. We got to top deck 2 more green sources before we can play. That wasn't fun. That was not fun. Oh no, Dev's Elves deck. Or it's just, I can't blame it on Elves, but we're running out of play points. What's going on? Alright, alright. I don't think you can get away with 22 lands in a deck that is trying to cast a 4-mana spell. Like, that's what this deck wants to do. And it makes our mulligans horrible. We can't even keep this. We cannot keep no green land, because we may not get another. I'll put that on the bottom. Oh, I'm on tilt. Oh, I'm so on tilt after that. And then mulligan down to 5 here. Just, there's a ratio that you just have to have, and I don't care how fast the deck is. It better be mono black aggro, and the most expensive thing in the deck is Bone Picker, which you're actually truly trying to cast for 2. That better be what you're playing. That's right, salty, salty. I am getting extremely salty. I hate not playing lands in decks. People, just put lands in your decks. This way we wouldn't have had to mulligan down. We would have drawn some lands. We could have played a game. Like, this will be you in front of your local gaming store when you play a 22 land deck that has 4 drops in it. Such a deck move, right? Oh, don't play just 22 lands, guys. Don't do that. Oh, look, we're gonna do something. It's turn 4. Of course you countered that. Of course you did. I mean, we gave you like forever to set up your counter spell there. You die before you play. Like, well, if you play less than 23, you're probably gonna die, right? You're probably gonna die. This is your favorite stream. Oh, just me on tilt. Jareth Miles is like, yes. This is the guy who I watched like throw his like $500 deck down one day. Yeah. Jareth Miles don't play with jank. This guy is a spike. 20 creatures, 20 spells, 20 lands, never go wrong. Right? And all those creatures are 4 and 5 drops, right? Teamer. Saffron Olive just put a $27 wow, a $27 38 ticket Flaming Wizard deck that Saffron Olive just put out. 27 bucks, but yeah, that's funny. We'll just give this hexproof, protect it. Do we just hit for 7 here? Or do we keep this to like save Rishkar again? I mean, we can just, yeah, we can just keep, right? 20 Baneslayers. There you go. So 25 drops. Jareth Miles, you know we got some Baneslayers in standard right now, right? We got some flying lifelink, 5/5 angels that do things. Now they're not protected from dragons or red and black or any of the other great things that Baneslayer was protected from, but they're pretty good. Pretty good. We might be able to get our Rishkar above burn. Ooh, he's got the sporelings. The little sporelings. Put all 3 in front of it. He's going to put all 3 in front of it. There's no point in kicking it, right? Yeah, there's no point in kicking it. We have a way to stop our giant growth. Now I'm also going to Rishkar again here, guys. Just because I don't really have anything better to do with this Rishkar, I'm going to Rishkar again. Now when it enters the battlefield, before I actually get to place the trigger on the stack, oh, is he just going to, okay, he's just going to Essence Scatter it. Alright, so we don't even have to worry about it. Kick it just to send a message. The reason I didn't kick it is because I was planning on playing the other Rishkar. I mean, I could have still had like Rishkar mana here, but Torrential, he's like, I'll burn this thing this time. So I actually like Torrential and Spore Swarm. I think Spore Swarm is a great card, instant speed. Now, you remember like in Standard we could like flip Growing Rights by like turn 3 or 4, but there was no instant speed 4 mana spell to actually use, so there's no real reason to use Growing Rights. But if you can flip it and play the Spore Swarm, that's pretty good. Like, I'm interested in seeing a Growing Rights deck now that we have a 4 mana spell that we can actually cast on their turn. Like, the big thing for Growing Rights for me was, why try to get these 4 bodies down and have this Growing Rights that can tap for 4 mana on their turn when there's no spell that you can actually use that 4 mana for. And now with Dominaria, we actually have a spell that's worth casting for that 4 mana. So I'm interested to see how a Growing Rights works for us. You just want to Ronus Helm, then equip. Maybe Line of War turn 1. See, that sounds good. Ramp, Karn's Druidic Vow is amazing. Karn plus Druidic Vow is amazing. Ramp plus Karn, okay. Ooh, we got a Land of War Elf, right? This was always the part that's horrible about Land of War Elves and no elf synergies, was top decking. Top decking a dork is exactly that. It's top decking a dork. So most of the time with these dork ramp decks, you need to be able to have such a strong opener to make it that worth it to be able to really finish off. But while Flash Double Strike at the end of my turn, that's right, we're in trouble. So now comes Glorybringer. Like, this has got Flash, Double Strike, Vigilance, Haste. Other creatures you control have Haste. Pay 1 white, tap it, untap another creature. Yeah, I'm just going to take the damage. Like, we have to have some type of synergies or we're definitely dead. Like, we only get this 1 draw. This is our last draw, guys. That's not going to do it. I mean, this will at least give us 1 more draw, but we have to stick both of these creatures in front of Samet, so at that point, like, we can't draw 2. Yeah, these are not Zendikar Elves. I was talking about that earlier, that Zendikar was last time I play Elves, so yeah, they have 0 recovery. Once you're wiped, like, you're done. You're done. He's even got an upgrade, so that's game. We can begin the sideboard here and see what's up. I mean, Naturalize is probably going to be pretty good. The Wild Onslaught might be okay. Fight with Fire, maybe. I honestly think we probably should just run it back. I'll get rid of the Sheevan Fires for Naturalize. Ryan the Fire Burns posting 4 decks on Reddit. Sorry for the spam. No problem, Ryan. That's cool, man. I hope everyone likes your decks. For those of you that don't know about the Reddit that he's talking about, you can go over to our SideboardMTG subreddit, and that will that will let you like post decks for our subscriber Sundays, where, you know, if your deck gets the most votes, we play it on subscriber Sunday. So here we go, guys. Let's give it a shot. We've got 3 lands, we've got a Rishkar, we've got a Still Leaf Champion. I think I have to keep this. I think we just have to go for the Still Leaf Champion here. So Karna's Druidic Vow. I've got to look this up. I have to look this up. Where's this Druidic Vow? You've got to be spelling that wrong. Temporal Summoning. Alright, let's try this. I know there's a vow. Our opponent's probably waiting on us. Oh, okay, it's an M. My bad. Alright. So, I was thinking it was RN. Top X cards of your library. You may put any number of lands or legendary permanent cards with converted mana cost X or less from among them onto the battlefield. Put the rest in your graveyard. Oh, wow. So that's that does seem really good. That seems like a version of like what was it, like Genesis Wave or something like that. So yeah, my bad. I got it. I figured it out, nerd. I got you. All the red cards. We're going to have a great turn 5. Turn 5 is going to be Rishkar onto Marwyn. Marwyn taps for enough to give us Gift of Growth. So maybe. We do need one more land. Yeah, we'll need one more land, and we'll be able to Gift of Growth the Still Leaf Champion. Oh, I don't know. Right, like, see, that's the problem with the legendary sorceries and stuff. They are not good at recovering from board wipes. Like, if it's the type of... don't counter it. Please don't counter it. If it's the type of deck that has big board wipes and things like that, then you're not going to be able to cast some legendary sorcery in order to get it off. Like, you can't keep a legendary like artifact laying on the battlefield and expect that to work. So, alright, well, our turn 5 is now horrible. We have no red sources. We're not going to be able to play Grim Warlord Rada. Red source? Nope, not a red source. Alright, well, we can Marwyn. And pass. I would like another red land, but at this point I'm really done with drawing lands. I don't want to draw any more lands, but the layout looks like I got that legendary upgrade. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, there's nothing we can do. We can't protect it. Not from an abrade. What match is this? This is game 3, or game 3 in, or no, game 2 in match 3, and we're just getting hammered here. Just hammered. Nothing has been consistent. The land situation has been really, really slim. Like, I think this is probably just a horrible showing. Like, I want to chalk this whole thing up to like an MTGO thing, where it's just like, you know, hey, we just had a bad run. Like, the deck was just really cold. But then again, it could just be we're not matching up to spells like Abrade, Essence Scatter, like any niche in our armor. They seem to be able to exploit that. So it's not going real good here. I'm not over thrilled, not at all. Red source. No, it's not a red source. So I expect a Harness Lightning here. No Harness Lightning, okay. Just want to get him a little bit lower, and then we can just start going for the hits. Got an Abrade. There it was. So he was waiting on me. We'll cast not with Kicker, so we can use the other one for saving. Abrade, great card. You know, you get to choose deal 3 damage or destroy target artifact. So it's pretty good. Can't save it through that. We can make him burn all of his energy. Like, do we just make him burn all the energy? I don't think it's that important. I mean, we did get 2 cards for our 2 cards here. Like, even kicking it, he already had 3 energy, was about to receive 3 more energy. He actually only had to put 2 of his energy into it. He spent all 3, but he did not have to. He only had to put 2. If he would have put the 2, then I would have maybe stopped at Gift of the Wild and then pumped yet again. So, like, he had some options there. He chose to spend the extra energy, but yeah. It's kind of pointless if it takes 2 turns, though. Yeah. Right, like when you have decks that are like, man, this takes 2 turns. Those are the kind of decks like, if this takes 2 turns to be able to do this or this. Like, that's normally the kind of deck that says that goes out front and tells his buddy, man, I was 1 turn away from winning. Well, 1 turn's a long way, fellas. A long way. Gets a free Glimmer of Genius here. Yeah. Just not enough pressure. I mean, the land base has been horrible. Yeah, this deck was built on a budget, so, like, I know Dev said that there were some non-budget options. Like, one of the first things you're going to have to do is get that land base up. I mean, playing some Sheltered Thickets in this deck probably wouldn't be horrible. I would replace the mountains for it, but then again, we're not even seeing the mountains here. So, like, this has to have just been a really cold running of this deck. So, it's just, I'm on tilt about it. I don't know. Like, I need to sit here and let this guy bash me in the face for another 15 turns, and there's not a lot that I can do about it. Yep. So, I mean, we're so far behind. We either are not hitting lands when we need to, or we're not hitting the proper lands. I mean, we can keep playing spells. Yeah, I'm definitely on tilt, guys. I am so mad at that the way this played out. It's just been horrible. I mean, it may be me. Maybe I just took some really bad lines. Maybe I should have mulliganed in some places that I didn't. Maybe I shouldn't have kept that 1 lander in the very first game. That might have put us on a different tempo for the whole night. I was super excited about this deck, and just to see it run this cold just seems bad. Like, you guys might pick this deck up and just be like, man, I've been crushing my LGS with it. But I haven't felt really good about it. I really haven't, guys. Well, we can't say that this is a mana-based problem because we are not even hitting the mountains. and there are a ton of, you know, mountains and such in the deck. Don't Gear Hulk. Well, I mean, we've got a few options here. Like we can eat this and pray that we get another elf off the top. So, um, now this made hexproof, so like he can't dump energy into it. Another spore swarm. Wow. Yeah. Um, yeah, elves have always been my favorite tribe. They were my very first tribe back here when Jareth Miles, his cousin, put me on Magic in the first place. It was one of my favorite things was to be able to play with elves. I loved elves. Really, do you have a counter for this? You're gonna stop this? All right, so this game. I don't remember what Dev said, like what he rated it for his consistency, but like the chances of us not hitting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 of our 22 lands, like those chances, oh my goodness. Are there lords for elves and tokens generation? No, there's not. Not in standard. And that's kind of one of the things everyone said, that that elves is just kind of really waiting on some parts from the core set or something like that, and that may be true. But I mean, it's got a really good opening. Like you can, you know, Atlanta War into a Steel Leaf Champion, into a turn 3 Grand Warlord, which allows you to play like another something off of that. Or I mean, it's just like there's some really good openers, but all of them require that turn 1 Atlanta War Elf. And if you don't have the turn 1 Atlanta War Elf, then you're going to be in some major trouble. If the Atlanta War Elves dies, then you're in some major trouble there. So, like, yeah, it has some really good lines in it. The deck is really drop 4 basic mountains for red-green cycling lands. That's what I would do. It'd be the first thing I would do. This way you're just guaranteed to always have your green. I think it would help your consistency out for Steel Leaf Champion, and you know, help you get that Steel Leaf Champion. Like if you don't have the turn 1 Atlanta War Elves, then you can just play the Sheltered Thicket. Otherwise, like, you're going to want to keep 2 lands in hand. I also think that you're going to need to cut back on something. So like trim back a Growth of the Wild or something, add another forest to this deck, something like that. So like at least run 23 lands. More times than not I had to mulligan or something like that because I just didn't have lands. Like, so bringing your land count up to 23, 24 is going to increase your mulligan rate so that you don't have to mulligan as much, because there's just going to be naturally more hands that have the proper amount of mana in them. I think you need to see at least one of your 2 mana dorks, and you need to see at least 2 lands in that opening hand. If you can have a red land in that opening hand, that's going to be great, but what elves am I hoping for out of the core set for reprints? Heritage Druid, is that too much to ask for? I don't know. Like, Visionary Elf would be great. Like an elf that enters the battlefield, draws us a card. So Elvish Visionary would be decent. Like, if I'm just expecting like staple reprints, I would like to see that. The biggest thing that I think that the Elves deck needs in order to actually be a good solid elf deck is we're going to have to see like the 30th print of you know, Elvish Archdruid, guys. Like, if you want to bring the elves back, put them online, make them a real deck, we're going to need Elvish Archdruid. And then at that point, you know, that's a deck that forces people to play board wipes. And that's the type of thing that can warp metas. So, like, I would really like to see Elvish Archdruid. So, yeah, absolutely. Having an Elf Lord would be nice. So, yeah, I would like to see Elvish Archdruid, which is the Elf Lord. Like, I mean, all other elves get +1/+1, and you can tap it for mana equal to the number of elves. I just think that that would be you know, one of the things that we need to really put elves online. There are a lot of upgrades that you could throw into this deck. The first thing I would do is upgrade those lands. You know, it's going to increase your consistency for Still Leaf Champion. And honestly, right now, if you guys really want to play some elves or something like that, I think that you just need to really like put more concentration on Land of War into Still Leaf Champion than you do on playing elves altogether. Like, that is such a great opener. Being able to turn to a 5/4 is just really good, especially when you untap on turn 3. Now, you can easily turn to a 5/4 with Ronus's Last Stand, but you're not going to untap on turn 3. Land of War Elves does make really good on that. At least on turn 3, you can untap Land of War Elves and play a third land, and then you know, tap that one and tap the Land of War Elves and the third land to cast a 2-drop or something like that. So Ronus's Last Stand might be another really good card to put in there. I really like the idea of a yeah, why not just play a red-green aggro deck that plays Land of War and Still Leaf? Exactly, and that's exactly what I'm saying here, James. That if you're really wanting to play with elves, right now I think the best synergy you're going to get out of elves is playing, you know, Land of War into Still Leaf Champion. But I really did like Marwyn. I think that if we do get enough elves out of the core set, that Marwyn's going to be great. Like, I really liked playing with this, and I'm excited to see more elves decks. Like, I am. I think that right, red-green aggro is already a good deck. It's already a tier 1 deck, so yeah, Marwyn is the only elf payoff, and she's really good for being an elf. I really like Marwyn. You know, Grand Warlord Rada here, it's whenever one or more creatures you control. It doesn't even matter if they're elves. I mean, big deal, she's an elf. I know some of you are probably just going to freak out on me. What do you mean, big deal, she's an elf? She is the elf. This is Grand Warlord Rada. But, like, Rada's cool. I like Rada. I know there's a lot of lore behind Rada, and a lot of people are like really mad that the current art on her makes her look more like a warrior than the berserker that she might have used to have been. But, you know, hey, she's buffed up over the years, right? Either way, guys, I've had a lot of fun playing Deb's deck tonight. I hope you guys had a lot of fun. I see we got a lot of likes here in the comment section, so or in the vote section or whatever, like the likes, dislikes. So I hope you guys had a lot of fun with it. It does show us where we're at. Do we really need some more help? I think we need some more synergy. We need a little bit more payoff. That being said, this gave me such a, I guess, bad taste in my mouth from either the deck not firing or me just not understanding it. I'm sure there's going to be some people in the comments going, you just didn't understand that you needed to mulligan down to this exact play that, and that just destroys everything. Like, yeah, Galta might be a good card to put in here. So, like, I'm not going to say this is on Dev or this is on, you know, this is on a bunch of things. The deck we just didn't have a good luck tonight with playing the deck, and that part wasn't fun. But having a chance to see elves again and see what it could or couldn't do, yeah, that was at least fun. But it left such a bad taste in my mouth. I think until the core set comes out, I'm just gonna stay away from elves. So I'm not interested in playing elves right now if these are the best payouts we have. Like, there's just nothing going, you know, telling me that, hey, this is why you play elves. At least last time we were playing elves, there was a Crater Hoof Behemoth sitting there, and it was like, this is why you play elves, because you can cast this thing. There was a good reason to be doing it. There was Azuri. Honestly, guys, like, I would love to see Azuri get printed. That would make people demand more elves printed. Like, we need more parts for Azuri. Azuri would be great to see that reprint, and there's a lot of people that need copies of Azuri, and you know, that would help the population. You know, those cards get into population, and more people would be able to get their hands on some Azuri. So, either way, guys, I had a lot of fun checking out elves. Not so much playing and just getting, you know, land screwed or flooded or whatever. So, either way, it was a lot of fun. I hope you guys had fun hanging out in the chat, watching me go on tilt. You know, because the deck wasn't performing the way I wanted it to. I so wanted elves to be great. Why couldn't this have been good? Anyway, I think it's a cool start, and it's something that we can look at going forward. But maybe the core set will give us what we need, and hope you guys do enjoy the decks we have coming forward. Should have another Patreon deck coming out later tonight. I got that upload on pause, and we should be getting that a little bit later tonight. But there'll be another Patreon deck coming for you guys. It is the Squee Treasure deck, so check that out. And we'll see you guys next time here on SideboardMTG. You want to see mono black? Okay. Mono black is definitely something worth looking at. So is mono green. Like, yeah, maybe we'll have to do the mono-colored series again. Like, everyone's always wanting to see mono-colored decks, so maybe we'll do that again. Either way, guys, my name's Eric. Had a lot of fun. Hope you had fun. We'll see you next time here on SideboardMTG.